So please join us for the game drive. My name is Peter. We've got Rex on camera and Haley back in the live control center. Oh, there we go. Look at that beautiful shot. Straight through the tree in front of us. It's framed by the jackalberry. I was just walking out of the shot, but it was just such a beautiful view. I'm just going to go a little bit forward. Oh, he's going to do some browsing. Terrapin. They're obviously very active now after the rains, and what he's doing at the moment, you see him flicking his urine around. He's urinating and kicking with his feet. It stinks. It's got a horrible, it's one of their defense mechanisms. That's also why not many animals actually eat them. They taste very similar to that smell. Something else that's interesting, and this guy is quite brave. Let's see if we bother him. Say what's interesting about terrapins as opposed to tortoises. Tortoises actually pull their necks in between their legs into the shape of the carapace and the plastron, the shell if you want. You have to do that. I'm going to show you something else. Might look a bit cruel at the beginning, but it really is not. I promise you it's not a problem. I'm going to put him on his back. Now, as you know, tortoises, if they fall on their backs, they basically have a big problem. They can't flick themselves back onto their feet. Terrapins, on the other hand, got a little trick up their sleeve. Let me show you. Of course, when taking a big gamble, if he doesn't do what they normally do, it's going to look a bit strange, but let's just give him a few seconds. Ah, done already. I missed it. I was looking back this way. Quite a nifty little trick they've got. Lucky didn't get any of it on my fingers. That was a marsh terrapin. They get the biggest ones you'll see maybe to about that size. The ones that you see sometimes at Buffelshoek Dam or down at Gowrie Waterhole from the waterhole cameras when they're sitting on the logs. So big ones about sort of that size, about that tall. Quite a shape compared to your tortoises. Just the way they're moving, it seems like there's a bit more interest than just purely moving along in a group. A giraffe actually don't have any fixed social structures. It's not that there's always one bull with X amount of cows and so many young ones and so forth. It's a very loose social structure. Basically, females and the young stay together. Obviously, a calf will stay with the female or the mother. At that time, often meet up and group up and go. But then your really big mature males, sort of like the guy we're looking at here, they tend to be solitary some of the time, moving around, essentially looking for other females that could eat. And the way these are moving, that female has definitely sparked his interest. Just crossing a fire break here, one of these long corridors that we have different parts of Sabi Sands to stop potential fires with. You see, probably because they were sleeping, the noise sort of disturbed them a bit, and then the more jumpy of the two bulls would have reacted to that. That's why Shorthorn is reacting as well. Normally he's quite relaxed. As you might know, rhinos don't really have very good eyesight. They react a lot more to what they hear and obviously what they smell as now. In this case, they wouldn't have smelt us. The wind is coming straight from them in our direction. That'll also be very active over the next while. Again, with the rain, termite activity will pick up massively. Start seeing termite mounds growing again. Another handy thing for termite mounds, if you are on foot and you're getting very close to rhinos, it can be a good shape to keep between yourself and a rhino if you want to get close to them. Grass leaves, and they use the backdrop of the nest to display themselves against. They're bright yellow in color. Beautiful to see. Redheaded weaver, this nest that we're looking at, we'll try and spot as well. They're a little bit shyer and not quite as numerous in this area, but we do see them. Obviously they've got a bright red head, hence the name. Right at the end of a branch, quite safe not to be bothered by too many predators. Of Africa and its beautiful animals and wildlife, and its sort of the magic that Africa holds. Since then, the theatre version of it also doing extremely well. It's in South Africa at the moment as well, and Lion King's one of its central characters is a Zazu, based literally on this species of bird, the yellow-billed hornbill. And this is quite an old one. Look at how heavily developed that beak is. As you can see, a little bit windy out here as well. It's one of the handy things of having, obviously in flight as well, that tail splays open like a fan. It becomes a very handy steering mechanism. Awesome birds. Never get enough of yellow-billed hornbills. A small herd. Only 5 of them in total. This actually reminds me a lot of the group we saw a few days ago at Buffelshoek Dam, where they were very shy and only 2 of them came down to drink. Just a very similar here that we were looking at. A little bit nervous with us. If you look carefully in the background, you'll see some of the small youngsters moving through as well. Older calf and the younger calf, probably that very small one, we can see there would be hers as well. And then the cow that we were looking at first would have another calf of about a year, just over a year old, 18-20 months. And more likely again they would have been part of a bigger herd up until not too long ago, and then started a smaller herd or a breakaway group. She'd be the matriarch in this. Probably over the next couple of years this herd will grow again as some of these youngsters grow up, but it doesn't mean they're never going to see the mother herd originally, or the ones that they were part of. It's quite common for herds to join up and congregate again into larger groups and then break up again into smaller groups and sort of move along like that. So it's not a case of they split up and have sort of bad feelings to the other elephant. They'll very often see each other again. This reminder she's going to give us a mock charge. Look at this. There we go. It'll come back this way, which is why she's giving us that attitude. She's not attacking us, she's purely trying to intimidate us. The fact that the car was moving and making noise, bothering them a bit. I'm going to turn one more time. Otherwise we're not going to see them so well when they cross. They come. That's all she's doing. So making Rexon turn around a lot here. All she's doing was just screening the rest of the group. She's the leader of the group. She comes between us and them so they can pass safely. So there's no aggression there, or we weren't bothering them that much. It's more just a typical behavior. Again, these are elephants that probably haven't been around other vehicles too much lately. Also the fact that they've got a little one with them would make her act more protective. See your babies. You can smell her as well, that strong elephant smell. It's amazing. So how she's walking backwards, keeping us to her front. It's always a beautiful sight when you've got an elephant running at you. Love that. I think we're going to leave them be. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's alright, Ma. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're leaving. Okay, now just to fill you in on the rest of the herd in the background, they're extremely calm. There's no tension, there's not even any alarm calls within the group. So they're all very calm. She's just displaying for us. So this is really almost more like a playful intimidation than a nervous one. Like, she might give us one more little mock charge like that, but I think they're going to head off in their own direction as well. Them a bit, because like I said, it's not really upsetting them. It's not that they're bothered, but you could do that a few times. But the fact that she's got a very little calf with her, I'm going to give them some space. At some stage we'll still find bulls that are more playful as well, and we'll do that a bit, where they chase you and you stop and you chase them, kind of thing. And it can literally be a game, but we'll let them enjoy the afternoon. That was awesome, eh?